So I have a previous video where I said the only way from rock bottom is up or something like that. It was just a realization I had in that moment. And recently that realization have been replaying in my head. That along with the fact that I've had many moments in my life where I've had great realizations of remembering that no one is going to come save me. I shouldn't give so much energy or concern to what other people think. And also, I am very capable and able of fixing my life. I'm very capable and able of receiving or living the life that I dream of. But it's not enough to just want these things. It's more important to take actionable steps, just to take action, you know? So I've been doing a lot of journaling recently and just remembering, because many times in the moment of us learning something or realizing something, we're just like, oh wow, yeah, I know exactly what I need to do. But then when you don't take action immediately, the kind of fire that was within you for doing these things, they kind of fade. The fire kind of cool down, and then eventually you forget about it, and then you go back into the same cycle until you remember or realize again. And so that is something I've been experiencing, realizing and knowing exactly what I want to do or what I need to do to get to where I want to be, not acting on it immediately, and then the fire cool, I eventually forget until I remember again. So where I am right now is the remembering stage. I'm remembering exactly what I need to do. I am remembering that I am capable and able of being and doing and reaching exactly where I want to be. There's no blockage other than myself, because if I make the steps, if I do the actions, the only thing that can come from that is the result. Kind of, if you understand what I'm saying. I know there are obstacles that may come, but if you keep going, you'll get there someday. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's not going to come quick, but it's possible. That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm realizing, and that's what I'm remembering. It is possible. And I'm saying all this to say, a few months ago, this is a backstory. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so currently, as you can see, I am living in a tent, off grid, and I've tried many ways of getting myself out of this situation. But then somewhere along the line, I realized that this was not something that I was supposed to immediately try to escape. It was something that I'm supposed to experience. It's something I was meant to experience. And anyway, I sat with it. I learned a few lessons. I sat with it, and then after a few months, I started this big grand project, tent to tiny home, where I was going to document myself every single day using, I think I said, using what I have to get, show everything that using what I have to get to where I want, or something like that I said in the series of videos that I created. Welcome back. It's episode 4 of 10 to Tiny Home, where I show up consistently, use what I have, and take tiny steps towards our tiny home, and I'll be documenting it all right here. There's 2 reasons why I stopped making those videos. One, progress wasn't happening as fast as I would have expected, so it's not every day I had something to update, and I didn't feel like making videos saying there's nothing to update or being stuck in, it didn't make sense updating when there was nothing happening. So that I kind of paused. And 2, I started this journey of documenting the 10 to Tiny Home on TikTok, and the account blew up overnight. Literally, I went from like 10 or 20 followers to over 1,000 followers, and that's not something I liked. The kind of people that were coming towards the account, that was following the account, it's not the people that I wanted it to reach, you know? And it was a lot of local people. So with that came a lot of mess, a lot of gossiping, a lot of people talking about me, a lot of people taking my story and running with it on their personal social media. And I gained too much attention from the wrong people, and I didn't like that. It scared me knowing that there was so much people in my country knowing how I was living, that I was living in a tent, and a lot of people scorn me, a lot of people laugh about it, the comments they left. It kind of left me feeling down and defeated in a sense. So those are the two reasons why I stopped. Gaining attention from the wrong crowd and kind of going viral, but not in the way that I wanted to. And also, there was not enough progress happening. I was starting to feel very sus about so much people in my country knowing about my situation. I never expected the video to go viral in my country. I didn't mind a lot of people knowing, as long as it was not people who knew me personally and could kind of attack me or target me in the way that I was targeted. So yeah, I stopped making the videos, but I still have this urge, this fire, this desire to create and document my journey in a real and authentic way without feeling afraid or worried of what could happen. So here I am again. Instead of focusing solely on the tent, because my previous project was tent to tiny home, I'm going to more focus on locking in and doing the work and using what I have, all the tools, all the skills that I have to fix my life, not only for myself, but for my son, for my family, and for our community, and so that I'll be able to help other people and just build all these things that I have a desire to build. But I'm going to document it in a different way. Instead of documenting it in a way where people could look on me like poor thing and pity me and look on me like I need help, which was never my intention. I never wanted nobody to look at my journey and feel like, oh my God, she poor thing, she need help. Like I've always wanted to document everything that I'm going through in a real way and an authentic way. The TikTok is there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Honestly, I'm every time I try to bring myself to post on it, it gives me the ick right now. I feel it is safer to share my story on YouTube. I don't know how or why. I don't know. I just prefer YouTube at this moment in time. So I want to start this series called the Lock In Diaries. I don't know how it's gonna go, but this is just the introduction video. I am remembering that I am capable and able of fixing my life, repairing my life, and living the life that I want and that I desire. All I have to do is take consistent action. That is the word I've been forgetting, consistent. The action needs to be consistent also. So right now, I've already started documenting also. I've spent like 6 to 7 days cleaning calabash. If you can see my nail, like this is very specific, nails looking dirty. It's not dirt, it's actually the calabash pulp, it stains. I spent like 6 days cleaning calabash, and that's going to be my first project in the lock-in journey. I want to make over 100 calabash bags. If you don't know, I create calabash bags. Maybe I'll insert an image here of a bag that I made, and I have other things and projects that I want to lock in on. I disabled the account. And then when I disabled it, I was like, bro, I can really make these people give up on this thing, this great project that I'm on. It's greater than them, it's beyond them. And I just don't want to care so much about what people have to say and what people think. because in all honesty, I do feel like the good outweighed the bad. It was a space for me to channel a lot of my energy and my creativity. It was a place for me to vent. It was a place for me to document, which I loved. I've always been interested in documenting my life in an authentic and real way, and that's exactly what I was doing with that. So it felt fulfilling from that aspect. So I just really wish I was really working on myself to stop caring so much. I'm going to focus on locking in. I'm so excited. So how I'm going to set it up is going to be like a roadmap. So gonna have like a lot of different goals to meet. Of course, one of the goals are going to be moving out of a tent into a home, but there's so many other goals and things that I want to accomplish on this lock-in journey, a part of the lock-in diaries. So the fire is within me. I'm remembering. I know I am able and capable of creating the life that I want for myself. I just need to take consistent action, and that's what I am working on doing. This is the introduction of the lock in diaries. I think I'm gonna circle the block with another video that may include some sneak peeks of the roadmap that I have been creating and other projects that I plan to work on as a part of the lock-in diaries. I don't know if this rain falling at this very moment is a sign, is it a blessing? I don't know. Abundance. But I'm excited and I'm going to be consistent.